Hello, everybody, and welcome into Schoolcraft College, the NAL, the National Academy League U16 boys. Apologize. Michigan Wolves and Sockers FC. Taking place here on this Saturday afternoon. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching. We just concluded the U15 boys matchup here just a few minutes ago. The Sockers FC coming away with a 2-0 win over the Michigan Wolves. And this one is the U16 boys matchup. U16 boys coached by Edward McCarthy, assisted by Scott Duell, Ken Shingeldecker, and Joseph Sawicki. Sockers FC are coached by Philip Gross, Ryan Onwukwe, Tony Keys, and Arthur Wyrot. Those are the coaches. We do not know who your starting 11s are in this one, but hopefully we'll find that out here in the coming minutes. With that being said, though, the kickoff is coming up here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. NAL on the National Soccer Network coming up next.
You'll get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
All right.
Welcome back here into Schoolcraft College, just moments away from getting this game underway. The U16 boys and Michigan Wolves taking on Sockers FC. Let's take a look here at the current standings, and there they are. These are the U15s. What is this? I don't know if this is U16s or not, but we'll take a look at this nonetheless. Jaguars are still in that first spot there. Sockers again have that 1-0 with 3 points. The Wolves currently, I believe, had 1 win and 1 tie, the U16 boys. And just moments away from getting this game underway.
So Sockers FC came up with a
referees will make their way out onto the pitch. We'll bring you into here our studio here in Detroit, Michigan.
We are putting you.
Here we are right there as Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickred. Happy to have you wherever you're watching, near and far. First time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, like us, share this with your friends and family. And, you know, Dan, as we get ready for this matchup here, the Sockers have had a pretty quality season so far.
Yeah, they're 1-0-0 on the season in the U16 division, but 8-0 shutout victory in their first game. Michigan Wolves have a 6-2 scoring advantage, and they have a 2-1-0 record so far in their early weeks of the campaign. So we'll see what kind of storyline plays out. In that earlier matchup, we saw the Sockers FC kind of control possession throughout 80 minutes. They took home a 2-0 advantage. That was in the U15 division. So we'll see what type of result we get here today in the U16 level.
And here's a look at the correct standings here. Michigan Wolves, again, they have 2 wins, 1 loss. Jaguars are 3-0. Sockers are 1-0 and they're 1-0. But you mentioned that 8 goals that they scored in that opening game. Something interesting here, Vardar has been, for a long time, has been one of the pinnacles in the state of Michigan when it comes to soccer. And has had a chance to look at the standings for both 15s and 16s today. Vardar, both teams 0-3.
0-3 at the bottom of the table in these league standings. Not a great start for those clubs, but we're just minutes away here for the U16 level, and both these teams in the top half of the division here after a couple weeks of the regular season. See which team can find a way to find some rhythm, get some offensive chances going in this match.
Look there, a live look at the Sockers in their blue kits here this afternoon. Goalkeeper will be wearing number 16. Not true, as the roster does not show number 16 on the shorts, but you mentioned, Dan, you had done some research on who the goalkeeper might be here for both these teams before this game.
Looks like Connor Rayburn getting the start for the Michigan Wolves.
Number 26. So look here as the Sockers in their blue kits will go left to right on your screen, and the Wolves in their all whites go right to left. We are back underway here with this second game, the NAL, National Academy League, Mid-American North. You're watching on the National Soccer Network alongside Dan Stickred. I'm Jonathan Turner. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching here this Saturday afternoon. Beautiful day here in the great state of Michigan. It was 56 degrees at kickoff here in the first game. Ball makes its way just outside the 18. A shot fired by number 72, Diego Gonzalez. As Rayburn comes up with that for the Wolves. Good pass there by Titan Warren. Good strong name is Titan. Samuel Kopiciak passed that ball a moment ago for the Sockers, as this one will make its way back. Now the back line led by Andrew Nelson. There it is, 56 degrees. It's kind of gone back and forth between 56 and 54. So here comes Gonzalez. Gonzalez tried to find his teammate, Gabriel Grant. Almost won it back. Ball now back to Nelson. Nelson plays it in. Kind of poked away. Wolves now on the ball, looking to build out of their back. First time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share us with your friends and family. It was collision there as Sachin Kumar went down. All played out wide. Good work as ball cut back on his left foot was McGuire. It was blocked. The ball played up top, looking for Cavelli. Laid off. And Benitez, number 12. That's Kyle. Benitez. If you're listening or watching here this afternoon, if you happen to recognize a player, number 13 on our roster. Well, we don't have a 13 on our roster. So if there's a 13 that you know that's on Soccer's, that'd be helpful if you could let us know in the comments. I would tell you to call us, but Cavelli to put this one in. Off it will go, out for a corner kick, last touched off the Soccer's. Henry Foster will trek over to take this corner kick.
First corner kick for either side coming up here in the 4th minute for the Michigan Wolves.
So like we saw in that first game, the Wolves did have a corner kick in that first game. In the first half, the ball played towards that near post. It's headed away. But they, too, had a corner kick opportunity and had a great a couple of chances there early on. Did not go. So now here comes the McGuire. McGuire looks to put this back into the 18. It's settled down. Popped back up, though, by Wolick. It's finally knocked away. Last touched off the Wolves as Gabriel Grant to bring this one in, played short. Brook. That's deflected. Last touched off Cavelli and out for another corner kick. So corner kick number 2 here in the early going for the Sockers, just 6 minutes in. This ball comes in. Still loose inside the 18. It's going to be deflected out top of the 18. Settled down by Gonzalez. He'll look to get it back. Almost gets it back again. Then now look, Gonzalez, good fighting battle there inside the 18. Wolves get it back and look to clear it up now. It's Nelson. Another giveaway by the Wolves. Back to Gonzalez. He'll get it back. Now Gonzalez, he'll cut back. Gonzalez just wide. Good give and go here from Gonzalez. It was Gonzalez, I believe, and number 43 in Mason Brook. He cut it back, just unable to get it on frame.
Gonzalez. Sycamore High School in suburban Chicago, Illinois. That shot, just wide of target. Soccer's on the move here in the early goings, just 6.5 minutes into this U16 NAL contest at Schoolcraft College. Livonia, Michigan is the place.
Soccer's maintaining possession. Right at midfield, Gonzalez. All played up now into space. Trying to track this one down was Odie McGuire. One back by the Wolves. Up this near side comes Benavides. Up going out, last touched off the Sockers as Benavides will throw this one in. Appreciate you tuning in here this Saturday afternoon. 4:40, like 4:52 kickoff. So about 7 minutes past the original start time. Not too shabby, right, Dan?
Pretty close to being on target.
So ball thrown back in is Andrew Nelson. This one crossed now to the far side of the pitch. And that's White Corvette off in the distance. That wasn't there before, Dan. I would have noticed that.
I was going to comment on there. There is a sea of fields here at Schoolcraft College. So games being played on multiple fields. Teams warming up on opposing fields as well.
All played into the 18. Towards that back post. Headed away.
So this game started about 6 to 7 minutes later than originally anticipated. But the NAL U15 division game finished just a few minutes late, kind of causing the delay of this contest. We're in the 9th minute here in the U16 division, still no score. Michigan Wolves, Soccer's SC out of Palatine, Illinois, northwestern suburbs of beautiful Chicago, Illinois. We're on the National Soccer Network.
All played up that far side. It will make its way out. First time stopping by, you know, not only can you obviously hit that subscribe button, like us, and share with your friends and family, but you can also get involved in the comments. We will engage with you. I'm not going to ask you to marry me, but we will in fact ask you to engage with us, right? So I think it's important to say that no proposals here on the air today, but we will obviously ask you to be involved. Let us know what you're watching right now. Who are you rooting for? Soccer's up this near side. Good ball played in towards McGuire. McGuire looks across this into the 18. That's cleared away. Settled back down, though, by Brook. Looking to go back out wide to McGuire, and they'll look to play this around again, but the offside flag does go up. First offside of the afternoon. You're watching the National Academy League here on the National Soccer Network. And for those of you who I'm sure Sons play in this league are aware that this is more of a developmental league for these two teams. You have MLS Next, which for a lot of programs will be their number ones. And then this is where maybe their number twos would be, is find their home in this league. Is
Not sure how it's going to work out next school year. A lot of these NAL teams or Academy League teams might migrate over to that new tier, the second tier MLS Next. So there will be 158 clubs across the country that will field teams in the MLS Next top division, and the new tier, about 225 clubs will debut teams in that newly created league here come August and September. We ran a story on that on the nationalsoccernetwork.com here just a few weeks ago when that was announced.
Brook looks to get a baby back. Doesn't, as now the Wolves look to counterattack. This ball makes its way up and out. Angela O'Cavelli. Cavelli on top. Angelo Cavelli is how that would go. A lot of O's there at the end. Cavelli on top. There you go. See, what I told you, we'll get you in. We will. And somebody also voted for a tie right off the gate. I mean, it's like right off the bat, a tie. You know, so many people want those ties. I don't understand it. But either way, to each their own. As this ball played up towards midfield and almost went back there by the Wolves, but Diego Gonzalez comes up with it instead, and he'll get it back. All played inside. Shout out to Marcello Rule, our producer here this afternoon. Marcello, a high school sophomore. 15 years old. So 16-year-olds playing on the pitch, a 15-year-old producer. I mean, you can't ask for more than that, Dan.
A lot of very talented young people working for the National Soccer Network at different capacities, high school and college students.
I think it's equally hard, though, as a producer at 15 to tell adults what to do, but he does. He's in their ear right now saying, you know, pay attention to what you're doing here. It's always cool, man, when that can happen. No different than when a 15-year-old referee out there trying to tell a bunch of adults what to do. Is now Gonzalez. He's about 30 yards from goal. Gonzalez cuts it back. Good defensive work by the Wolves, and here they come on the counter.
Not a lot of chances so far here in the first 13 minutes of action. Just 2-0 shot advantage for the Sockers FC. Only one shot on Fran. The Michigan Wolves yet to take a shot here in the early going of this U16 match.
Belly was that intended target. He did get the ball, but unable to do anything with it, as he'll get it back almost right there. Good battle. Oh, good work, and finally that one's cleared away. It was actually number 12, and Benavidez, and he will draw a corner kick. So more of a defensive miscue there by the Sockers, as a good battle there between Benavidez and that back line. Only 13 minutes into this game, 0-0.
This is the second corner kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves. Both teams 2 corner kicks in the first 14 minutes.
Ball played in towards that near post. It's loose. Now Cavalli, and that's blocked.
First shot by the Michigan Wolves, blocked and turned away in a hurry.
On the counter, here comes Sockers. Number 55, Gabriel Grant, tracks that ball down, but won back by the Wolves. We've seen a couple different occasions here in both that U15 matchup and so far in this one, dangerous chances coming off of corners. Chances might be limited in this as far as opportunity creation, but what you do with those set pieces is going to be really important. Now, Brooke. Ball passed out to Nelson. Played back to Brooke. Brooke on his left foot. Good little ball into the 18. Little dummy. Now a shot towards that back post. It somehow finds its way in the back of the net. Gonzalez was there, as well as number 30, and Gabriel Barwilak. I believe Gonzalez got a touch of it. Take another look at that one here in a moment. It's 1-0 right now here in favor of the Sockers. We'll take another look at that replay. I just want to see one more look at that. Yeah, I think Gonzalez got a touch on that. I know they're all running towards Gabriel Arwolik. Either way, it's too close to tell, Dan. I guess it's 30/72
Gonzalez
in the 16th minute.
Gonzalez was on the doorstep. I couldn't tell if that ball skipped off his leg or...
We almost think maybe he would have been off sides possibly if he would have gotten it. So maybe he didn't touch it. I don't know. Someone did change their tie, though.
So Baroyak Forward from Geneva High School in the western suburbs of Chicago, Illinois.
Now this is a chance that goes just wide.
Game has opened up a little bit here in the 17th minute. Both teams firing shots towards the opposing.
So far, I've noticed in our comments section, all of our the subscribers, so to speak, like to really add on the extra letters to their names. We had Angelo Covelli. Then we have Max with a lot of X's there. But number 17 on the Wolves going to carry. Comeback going to be crazy. Well, I mean, I feel like you can't really come back a crazy comeback when it's only 1-0. Maybe a crazy comeback would be more like down by 2 or 3, maybe. I'm not saying they're not going to come back. I'm just saying I don't know if it's crazy.
I mean, I've seen comebacks where teams up 4 or 5-1 and end up tying or losing a game. You know, at the collegiate, high school, amateur levels. But 1-0, it's kind of the way soccer matches go sometimes. It's not that difficult to come back.
Another opportunity here now for the Sockers as this makes its way down by the end line and it's knocked away. Rayburn was right there. Keep your votes going, though. So far, we've got 3 votes in total. 67% of you say the Wolves are going to win this one. 33% say the Sockers. Says this actually went out for a corner kick. Sockers play it short once again. A little give and go, and now this ball played down by the end line. Gonzalez looked to cross it into the box, and out it will go. I believe this is going to be a corner kick as it deflected on its way out.
Corner kick number 4 coming up for the Sockers FC. They got that 1-0 advantage. Courtesy of that 16th minute tally.
Looking at who their target might be.
Mason Brook over there take that corner.
Ball comes in and right into the hands of Rayburn. Wearing the green and white kit here this afternoon. Looked to launch one up with a long throw.
In that corner just a second ago, Mason Brook bent that right to the goal line. So
Kumar is down right now here on the near side. We'll keep playing. He's still slow to get up. A little hobbled as Kumar was in a one-on-one battle. And as Robbie says, shake it off, Rayburn. Or my parents back in the day, you know, yelling at me as a goalkeeper to shake it off. A lot of times it wasn't so much to shake it off. It was more like, why'd you let that one go in? It was kind of how it kind of came out. But either way, 4% of you now say it's going to be a tie. 60% of you say the Wolves will come away with a victory here on this Saturday afternoon. We are live in Livonia, Michigan. Schoolcraft College, just about 20 minutes outside downtown Detroit, where last night I actually had a chance to go have some dinner. Where did I have dinner? Greektown at Pegasus last night, Dan, in downtown Detroit.
Pegasus.
Yeah, I got a little flaming cheese.
There in the old Trapper's Alley.
Talk about that in a moment as this ball is moved around by the Sockers, making its way to Opensiak. Ball back now to Andrew Nelson. Now Gonzalez. Played inside. Now played back to Nelson where it came from originally. Ball out wide. McGuire looks to put this one into the box. It's going to deflect off the back of Benavidez, and out it will go for corner number 5 so far in this game and in this first half. So here comes the corner kick. Going to add to their already 1-0 lead are the Sockers. Ball's high. Rayburn goes up and snags it out of the air. He'll launch another one towards Kumar at midfield.
Rayburn not bashful coming off his line, patrolling his box.
Not bashful about launching him either. I saw a long throw there. I'm not sure who has the longest throw. Remember they always talk about who had like the longest throws in the NFL. I feel like Patrick Mahomes does a pretty good job with long distance throwing. That's a good 40-yard throw. '22nd minute. Watching National Academy League here. Mid-American North Conference on the National Soccer Network on Roku and on YouTube. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching. Your first time stopping by, get involved in the comments. Let us know where you're watching, who you're rooting for. Obviously, Sockers are located in the Chicagoland area. Gonzalez now on the ball, involved in the last goal. Ball pushed out wide. Ball put back in towards the 18. Brook was the intended target. It's cleared away. Rayburn with the arm goes Robbie. Good work to pull that one back. Henry Foster, and all the way back to Rayburn it will go. Something very important in the goalkeeper game nowadays is have to be really good with your feet. Back in the day, you could get away with being a really good goal, a save stopper, right, and shot stopper. But now you have to be a dual threat as a goalkeeper. Got to have the ability to work the ball with your feet as well as stop it with your hands. Brook plays it back. A little 1-2. Brook now looking to switch here towards his near side. Good ball. Looking for McGuire, and McGuire does come down with it. Getting good possession here out of the Sockers. It's Nelson. Sends it into the box. Ball loose still. Brook. Pensiak, now Gonzalez. Good defensive work by the Wolves. Kumar comes up with it now. Ball is played up just over midfield. Peter in the chat's asking, where's this game being played at? Right now being played in Livonia, Michigan. Schoolcraft College, home of they call themselves the Oslets.
Oslets, yeah.
Oslets, yeah. Play in they're not in NAIA, they're in junior college land, part of the Michigan Junior College Athletic Association. Also part of the National Junior College Athletic Association is Covelli. Up this near side, looking to find his teammate in Benavidez. Benavidez looks to send this one into the box, looking for Kumar, and it's cleared up and out.
We actually had a women's soccer team that played in the junior college circuit from Michigan, Delta Community College, a couple hours north near Bay City, Michigan, Saginaw, Michigan area. They won a national championship back in early December.
Well, they're asking if Benedetto Cavelli is currently on the field, and he is. Benedetto Cavelli, not Angelo. I don't think I said Angelo, did I? No. Maybe there's another. I'm not looking at other players in the roster, but we are talking about Benedetto. Giovanni Cavelli in the comments. Was asking why Giovanni's in the comments. It's a great question. I don't know why. Appreciate it nonetheless. One back by the Wolves, and Broadway all played back. Benavidez.
26 minutes.
This ball is sent into the 6-yard box. That's cleared away by Jacob Robacek.
But it creates a great scoring opportunity coming up for the Michigan Wolves. Here in the 27th minute, third corner kick of the match for the Wolves. They're trying to get back into this game. They trail 1-0. Their comrades in the U15 division earlier this afternoon lost to Sockers SC 2-0. So the Wolves unable to score goals in either game here so far.
Ball is sent in. It's loose inside the 18. A little give and go is Lazar up this near side. Keep it on. He cannot as this ball make its way out of play. Just outside the 18. Ball is headed away by that back line of the Sockers, and into the 18 it will go. Out comes the goalkeeper. Good work. It's 96. Still no 96 on my roster. Oh, there is the upside. Kyle McFauley. Is it McPhail? McPhail.
Kai McPhail, Plainfield, Illinois.
There we go.
That's your goalkeeper.
I thought it was a 16. I'm just misreading numbers here today, Dan.
I've been looking up these players for Sockers SC, bouncing around the various websites in the soccer space, but unfortunately most of these players, they do not list their position. There's a few of them we were able to track down which high schools they attend, as a lot of these players are current high school sophomores here in Illinois and Michigan.
Legowski on the pitch now here for the Sockers as McGuire will pass it off to him. Down by the end line, and ultimately this will make its way out for a goal kick. That's Michael Lazar. So 29th minute heading into the 30th. You're watching the National Academy League here on the National Soccer Network, the Mid-American North Conference. Sockers scored the goal back in the 15th minute. Goal coming off the foot of number 30, Gabriel Barwilek. Good work defensive there by Ench Patel. We do apologize if we are, in fact, butchering.
No phonetics on these rosters. Educated guesses sometimes.
Also based on experience. Which doesn't mean really a whole lot in this world as far as getting names correct.
Kai McPhail, the goalkeeper for Sockers SC, lives in Plainfield, Illinois. There are 3 high schools in Plainfield. Plainfield Central, Plainfield North, Plainfield East.
Almost given away. Now look at this. It's an opportunity now for the Wolves. Slide across. That's deflected by the defender for the Sockers and now cleared away. So look to see a throw in here from Benavidez. We are going to see a substitution as Sockers send the new player onto the pitch. Actually, Barwilek. That we switch positions. So a corner kick coming up here for the Wolves. This is corner kick number 3 for them in this game. So you got number 4, I do apologize. There's this ball sent in towards that near post. It's cleared away.
32nd minute, soccer still up 1-0 at this juncture of the game.
Benavidez will get it back. Down by the end line. Looks to cross this into the 18. Oh, it's loose and in! Kumar! In the 32nd minute finds the equalizer. Sachin Kumar. A great ball by Benavidez, but the left foot just comes in with an extended right foot and into the back of the net it goes. That was assisted by Benavidez, and there's the answer.
Benavidez perfectly slotted ball into the middle of that box, kind of that mixing bowl, so to speak, and Kumar there on the outstep of his right foot in traffic, pounces on it, sends it into the back of the net. We're all level at 1 apiece. That goal came at the 31:50 mark. Michigan Wolves were looking for that first great chance. Came about 20-25 seconds after their 4th corner kick. Ball came back out to the corner, served back into the box. Kumar was there to slip it into the back of the net. Tied at 1 apiece. Essentially the Michigan Wolves' first shot on frame in this contest. Sockers SC has a 4-3 overall shots advantage, 3-1 with shots on goal. Both teams already having 4 corner kicks so far in the match.
All played out wide to the goal scorer and Kumar, and now played back as the Wolves look to maintain some possession. Ball's played there by William Gallagher up that far side.
Much better ball movement in the last few minutes by the Michigan Wolves. Goal can kind of do that for you, give you a little bit of extra confidence.
Now look at Kumar trying to dribble through not 1 but 3 defenders. It's now Gallagher. They look to fire one from distance that goes just past that near post and wide of frame. So Brook looks to play this out wide, tracking it down was Anish Patel. Just couldn't keep it in possession. Is now Broadway. Seeing some energy here now out of the Wolves. Back to Broadway. Now Patel inside. Good defensive work by Laser. Up that far side. Colin Broadway cannot be mistaken with Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. Famous street where all things happen in Nashville, right down Broadway.
I drove by Nashville just about this time 4 years ago. Did not get off the freeway and went into downtown. I wish I would have. I was on my way from Arkansas back to Tennessee.
Sockers now with possession. 36th minute, 1-1 your score. Goal in the 15th minute by the Sockers by Gabriel Arwick. Another one, an equalizer in the 32nd minute by number 11, Sachin Kumar. That's a goal scoring so far in this one. 9 votes in total so far in who will win today's match. 67% of you say it will be the Wolves. 11% say it will be the Sockers, and a whopping 22% say it's going to be a tie. not happy about that as a fan of the game. No ties here. Even though it is tied right now, Dan. It's
not a good sign, right?
Yep. Sockers look to build out of the back as Brook now on the ball.
So we are in the 37th minute, finally all level at 1 apiece.
Trask finding the goal scorer in Barwilek. Good poke away. One back. Holcamp looking for Kumar out on that far side and tracked down by Marco Fernandez.
Great effort there to kind of save the ball from going out of bounds, deflecting it off the Sockers FC player and earning that throw in. Michigan Wolves, they've picked up the pace here in the last 8 to 10 minutes.
Good work as that one's knocked away. Not sure if that went off. I guess you're not going to say that's a corner kick. That was good work there by Adam Amro.
So corner kick number 5 coming up for the Michigan Wolves, U16 side.
First time stopping by. Don't forget to comment here in the YouTube chat. What you're rooting for. This ball comes in off the corner up into the air as it'll sail out. Yeah, who you're rooting for and where you're watching from. We don't know exact coordinates of where you're watching from, but wherever you're watching is nice. Hey, we've had people say they're watching from a parking lot like a Culver's. We've had that specific.
A lot of suburbs from.
Look at this ball. Barwilek now into the 18. Barwilek, that's a great slide tackle to stop that problem. They're going to call it a penalty kick. My goodness. We're going to take another look at this one. That's a little bit after the play there. That's okay, though. But
looked like William Gallagher, the back line player for the Michigan Wolves. That looked like a clean slide tackle. He's kind of scooped the ball up. The referee apparently has said otherwise, so the ball's going to move to that spot.
I believe this is inside the 18. No, they're going to say it's outside the 18. He's going to go have a conversation with his assistant referee to clarify what's going on here.
Is there a way we can take another peek at that replay, see if that was inside or
he's
outside the box?
We missed it by. We can at halftime we can adjust that with the replay and take another look at that one. Called back. I don't know. He's having this conversation, so it looked like he got all ball from our perspective, and I think the referee is actually trying to correct this. I think he's actually my bad. So yeah, he is. That's a great decision because again, that looked like all ball. Well, from where we were, and I even said great tackle. Clearly, the referee didn't hear me at the time, but the assistant referee heard me in his ear. So. But either way, that's a good correction by the officiating crew to get that one right.
I would agree. It looked like from my angle there was no body contact. That ball was a great slide tackle by William Gallagher, center. So after a confirmation from the officiating crew, they said no penalty shot awarded. So we're still at 1 apiece here. We're now in the 41st minute, so in the stoppage time at the end of the first half. We'll see how much time the referee adds onto that clock. It's been somewhat a very even matched here in the first half.
Kumar now on the ball just outside the 18. He scored the equalizer. He'll get a past that defender. He'll get back again. Far post off the woodwork. A save by McPhail and out for a corner kick. My goodness.
That's the 6th corner kick of the match coming up for the Michigan Wolves. McPhail hasn't been tested very many times here in the first half, but he was there at that doorstep, kind of on his knees, crewing that ball out of harm's way with his left arm.
Ball comes in, it's high. Loose into the 18, now kind of deflected. McPhail pushes it up over the bar. Another look at this one. It just kind of pops up. Look at that deflection. He has no choice but to put this one up over the bar for a corner kick. Great job by McPhail.
Perfectly timed leap there. The ball looked like it might have hit the bottom part of that crossbar, but he times it perfectly. McPhail, Plainfield North High School product, punches it out of harm's way. The Michigan Wolves, that was their 7th corner kick after that, but unable to get a chance off that corner set piece. Referee looking at his watch. It's like we're in the waning seconds of the first half here at Schoolcraft College.
It was Paul Camp leading the way there for the Wolves up that far side. We're going to see if they can find a lead here going into the halftime break. Ball one back though. Played back. Benavidez into the 18, looking for Amro, and that one's cleared away. Tie game has continued to increase here, by the way. It's up to 42% now. Ball thrown in towards the 18. Ball put into the 18. Now poked away, and Sockers FC will look to build this one from the back. A little shove there in the back, though. As we'll go out for another throw-in. Reminder, coming up here tomorrow, we'll be back out here at Schoolcraft College, this time inside the Dome, for an early morning, not matinee, but early morning matchups for this NAL competition. Mid-American North as FC United out of the Chicagoland area will make their way here tomorrow. The U15s and the U17s, I believe, are tomorrow.
Another set piece coming up for the Michigan Wolves, about 40 yards out. Colin Broadway set to take that piece.
Ball makes his way towards the end line.
Cross into the 45th minute, so
we are in the last minute here of this first half. 45-minute halves. These U16 boys, as this ball is played up towards top of the 18. Now Ole back now towards midfield, and Gallagher, who had a great slide tackle, stopping a promising attack here from the Sockers just a few minutes ago. He's actually called a penalty shot, then ultimately brought back. Patel. Now Amro. Met by pressure. Good switch towards that far side. Settled down by Wickland, I apologize, is now Broadway into towards the 18. Good defensive work by the Sockers, officially in stoppage time here in this first half, as Brook looks to bring this one up over midfield and defended well by the Wolves. McPhail comes out, and so far in this game, showing why he's a good starting goalkeeper here for the Sockers. And a number of really good quality saves. Kind of left hung out to dry there on that goal as the ball coming into the 6, and could argue maybe he could have come off his line and maybe a little more aggressive, but just because of the way that play kind of shaped up, Kumar just got it, got in there and beat out his defender, and put that one home to equalize as this game was one apiece. And that is the end of the first half. It's 1-1 here at Schoolcraft College. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come up here on the other side of this break. We'll take a look at the first half highlights and so much more. You're watching the National Academy League live on the National Soccer Network.
You'll get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
Take a look here at this second goal, Benavidez. Kumar puts it in the back of the net. This could have been a penalty kick, but a great slide tackle by Gallagher. Stops that promising attack, and then this, another great save. McPhail doesn't fail on this one. Pushes it up over the bar. And here's a look at that first goal. Again, we aren't sure if Diego Gonzalez got it or not, but all the way the players kind of ran towards Marwalek. Kind of makes it feel like he was the one that ultimately scored the goal, but Gonzalez also points to number one as well. But either way, hey, it's 1-1 here at the halftime break. We're going to step aside for another break. You're watching the National Academy League live on the National Soccer Network.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
In our online world, we have access to endless communication channels. But despite our online connections, one dynamic will always separate the value in a phone call from an email, and that's relationship. Growing businesses and customer relationships live and die by the phone system, and an enterprise phone solution is the key to bridging the communication gap between you and your customers. At Spectrum VoIP, we exist to make sure your communication is seamless, consistent, and reliable. With simple pricing and reliable support, we dramatically reduce your telecommunication expenses. We come to you to install, train, and onboard your team, and our 24/7 support team is always available to help. Our interactive web portal has endless features that include the real-time data you need, the ability to record, download, and re-listen to phone calls, and sending SMS text messages straight from your computer. And the best part is that all of this is available in the palm of your hand. Since reliability is one of your top priorities, we make it one of ours. So what makes us different? We don't just connect your phones. We power your connection with your customers, your team, and your next level as a business.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses, whether you have years of experience.
Welcome back here into Schoolcraft College, getting ready for second half of this U16 boys NAL Mid-American Conference matchup here on this Saturday, now evening, Dan, as we get closer and closer to the evening hour. 6 p.m. is, I think, when it officially becomes evening.
I would agree with that. We had that discussion last fall during a high school boys game. When does evening officially start? Now we are in daylight savings time, so 6 o'clock is a fair cutoff. You know, you get into late December, early January, it's dark by 5:15, 5:30. So is it technically evening at that point? It's hard to make that official call, but I always go with 6 p.m.
We're back underway here. Second half action. The Wolves had the kickoff. They are going left to right now on your screen. They're wearing the white kits, and the Sockers in their all blue, going right to left. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Sticker. You're watching Mid-American North Conference of the National Academy League on the National Soccer Network on Roku TV and on YouTube. Soccer has got on the board first in the 15th minute, scored by number 72, Diego Gonzalez. Now Kumar, who scored the equalizer back in the 32nd minute. As this ball goes into McPhail, he kind of settled it down with his feet, so he couldn't pick it back up again. Almost some controversy in that penalty shot back in the first half as well, as time was getting closer to winding down. In the 41st minute, you had none other than number 23, William Gallagher, come in for a slide tackle as this ball is sent into the box and now kind of cleared up. The Wolves continue to maintain possession. Ball sent back into the 18, looking towards, I believe, Cavelli, number 17 it is. He took a break there at the end of that first half. A lot of people in the chat looking to see more of Cavelli. Ball now played back here. Goalkeeper for the Wolves is none other than number 26, Connor Rayburn. And the goalkeeper for Sockers FC, based out of the Chicago area, is none other than number 96, Kai McPhail. A number of big saves for his side back in that first half. As now here comes number 9 in Jacob Rossaletti for the Wolves.
Kyle McPhail, the goalkeeper for Sockers SC, had 2 acrobatic saves just about a minute and a half apart. There in the later stages of the first half, the Michigan Wolves really kind of picked up the pace, put the fire on the back line of Sockers FC. And 7 corner kicks in that second half. Most of them became the final 15 to 20 minutes of that half. So Michigan Wolves now have a 7-4 overall shots advantage. Both teams 3 shots on goal apiece, and then the Wolves have 7 corner kicks. Sockers FC had 4 in that first 45 minutes of action. Somewhat an even game overall, as both teams have had their chances, had their periods of possession.
So just a few minutes into this second half, and kind of ended the way we saw the game kind of start off, as a foul being called there on Brook. So a free kick coming up here for the Wolves. Cavelli was the one that took that spill. Looking to send this one now into the box. Set piece opportunity here for the Wolves. Ball put in. Headed away. They're sent back towards the 18 and now settle down. All still kind of popping around as Asaletti was right there, and now up towards his near side it will go. Kept on. Good work by Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Now looking around. The Sockers look to build here. Good work as Gabriel Grant. Now ball played out wide up that far side. Last touch there by Kopensiak. And the Wolves are coached by Edward McCarthy, assisted by Scott Dool, Ken Singledecker, and Joseph Sawicki. Is now this ball played in, back post, just wide. Gabriel Barulak could not get it on frame.
Barulak was kind of open on that left side, a few strides inside the box. The ball kind of hops up right in front of him. Just unable to redirect it underneath the crossbar. So great opportunity for the Sockers SC. Does not result in the goals. We're still level at 1 apiece here in the 51st minute. That was the first great scoring chance for either team here in the winning minute, or excuse me, the opening minutes of the second half.
All played back. Wolves now looking to build from their back line. Looking to direct over the top. Cavalli was looking for it at his feet. Couldn't get it under control, and now the Sockers. Oh, his last touch there by Sebastian Martinez as it went back to that back line. He'll get it back. Oh, the ball played up towards Barwilak. Good shot there of all the chairs and spectators here at Schoolcraft College here on this Saturday evening.
At least we've had somewhat reasonably good temperatures and weather here this afternoon at Schoolcraft College, as we mentioned earlier in that first broadcast. We've had a few dustings of snow and some really chilly temperatures. Low freezing earlier in the week. Finally, the sun is out. People are out and about across Metro Detroit. Hopefully, winter has retired for the season. But if you live in the Midwest, you live in Michigan, you live in Illinois, you live in those Great Lakes states where you're a lot of lake effect snow and different types of weather patterns, you never can count out old man winter rearing his ugly head once again here in the mid-April into early May. Sometimes it happens.
All shifted to that far side. Take a look at the current weather here in the great state of Michigan. It's currently 50 degrees, so it has seen a 6-degree drop here since kickoff, as the sun will begin to set here in the next hour and a half or so. I think there's a pink moon supposed to happen here, Dan. I don't know if I saw something about a pink moon happening.
There was a full moon last night around closer to 10 o'clock. I did step outside. Took a little walk around 10 o'clock last night, and there was a full moon. It wasn't pinkish in color, more of that white-yellow glow. We'll see what happens here tonight.
It's pole camp, good switch, looking towards that far side. Finally settled down. Ball played back. Coming towards this near side, looking for the right back, and Timothy Cook. Now he'll look to send one up. Defended well and went back by the Sockers, and that's Brooke. Very involved in play here this afternoon. And Chavez on the ball now for Sockers. First time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share this with your friends and family. You're watching right now on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Don't forget to get involved in the voting process. Right now, the Michigan Wolves have 56% of your votes, and they're going to win this game. 6% say the Sockers are going to win, and a whopping 38% say it's going to be a tie. I don't even know what to say to you people who think it's going to be a tie. I don't even know what to say.
Again, I don't know why people would want a soccer or a hockey match to end in a draw.
Up this near side, that's Namowitz. Bring the ball back, though, but a foul called as Jacob Rosaletti going to bring this one up. Random Aussie, Mr. Turner, hello, I'm from Australia and I want the tie. Well, of course you do, Random Aussie. Of course you do. Random Aussie, a longtime watcher of the National Soccer Network, and he has always rooted for a tie, but he's clearly gotten some swing voters on his side as well.
Yes, he has been logging on to a wide variety of games along the U.S. soccer pyramid here for the better part of a couple years.
Royalty Bot 23 says, I'm from the back of a Denny's and I want a tie. I can't. That's awesome.
Okay, so top 10 reasons on our board why you want a tie. Let's have people fire away. Give us a great explanation of why you want a soccer match to end in a draw.
As Brooke now.
Have a little fun with this.
But from Orelek looks to send this one in as well. That is deflected out towards that far side of the pitch. Gonzalez down by the end line, runs out of real estate, will go out.
So 57th minute.
Number one, because I wanted to. That's a good answer. That's like my. That's like my. To my kids. That's what they say.
It's kind of like a parent talking to a 7-year-old, and the kid says, "Why?" And the parent responds with the all too well known, because
I said so.
I said so.
Yeah. It's turning it back on us. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. Fair enough. We appreciate the comment nonetheless. Just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to happen, though. That's the thing. That's what I would always say. Just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Right? That's my response right back at you. Even though right now all signs do point towards a draw. I just think it's funny that he's in the back of a Denny's. So he or she is in the back of a Denny's. Denny's for a long time was a home run. Long time. You know, they had the Grand Slam, you know, the All-American.
I used to love
eggs over Miami.
I used to love the meat lover skillet. In fact, a couple years ago when I was in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area for a night, I stumbled across a Denny's the next morning just down the road from where my hotel was, and I did have a very delicious meat lover skillet. So that might be my breakfast meal of choice at a Denny's. Of course, they're not as common as they once used to be.
Look at this as an opportunity sent in right at Rayburn. Ehrlich, another chance here in this second half. This one on target, but the flag did go up for offside. Number so royalty does say no hearts will be broken. That's fair. And then Randomosity, no one tie. Let's see, no one tie, no two because it's entertaining, 3 magic, 4 fun, 5 amazing, 6 awesome, 7 love of the game, 8 share points, 9 no one goes home empty, 10 everyone goes home happy. Yeah, I don't know if everyone goes home happy though. I don't know if that's the thing. Maybe they go home not feeling so down. But again, at the same time, maybe people do want that tie. Maybe they wanted to win and they should have won and they didn't get it. So I can tell you right now as a coach, I never went home happy with the ties. This ball is sent in and it goes up and over. And the intended target there was number 9 in Jacob Saletti. But I can tell you as a former coach, there were games where I knew that our chances of winning were not good, and our goal was to get a tie. Those games, obviously, thrilled with. And then there are games you knew you had to win, you should have won, and ended up tying or losing. Obviously, not happy with those either. So I can argue about the last part of this, that everyone goes home happy, but maybe content is the word to use. Either way, we appreciate the comment nonetheless.
And keep those comments coming on this broadcast or any broadcasts here at the National Soccer Network on our YouTube channel. If you're looking for the game recaps of today's games here in the NAL or tonight's for the League of Club games or any soccer related news across the country, visit the nationalsoccernetwork.com or look for ways you can submit information, game recaps, photos, highlights, story suggestions, and more. Again, visit the website at nationalsoccernetwork.com. That was launched back during the holiday season here just a few months ago.
Now here come the Sockers. This is Namowicz putting a good ball inside, and unable to put that in the back of the net was Brook. Rayburn was there to make the save.
Rayburn, who preps at Northville High School just down the road, there to make the stop.
Actually deflected off of the defender, but a great ball, and right there, I mean, what a fantastic ball that was from Namowicz. Rayburn was there at the end, though, and good work from him. Keep that one on the back of the net. So far, we've seen really good opportunities so far in this second half for the Sockers. Nothing to show for it as it's still 1-1. Now Kumar will play it back. See if the Wolves can find some opportunities here. 61st minute. Ball played into the 18. Cleared away. Now settled down. Brook will pull back. A little cheeky here in this second half. Arwilek. Last touched off of Saletti. Be thrown in by Namowicz.
Looks like some wholesale substitutions coming up for the Michigan Wolves U16 side.
Number of subs coming in is Mossy says, "So's good to have you two back calling games. Love the stream." We appreciate that. Yeah, you know, the part of our growth is I can't do as many games.
Yeah, same like as well as John is very busy bringing in broadcasters from around the country, bringing in sales, making deals with various teams and leagues across the country at various levels. Busy in the newsroom as well, so but it has been fun here calling a couple games with you this afternoon, Mr. Turner.
It is good to be back, guys. I haven't called a game here in some time, and it is fun to get back at this. Last time a game I did call was a ESPN broadcast, so I guess that, well, wasn't on our network. It was on ESPN, but Yeah, no, it's I just can't do as many. I mean, I did the first 1,500 games kind of,
At least, right?
Yeah, so now it's kind of pass the torch off, so to speak. Let other people, get the reps and get the opportunities and the experience needed to call these games. I enjoy calling this level of game as well. It's fun to be a part of it. As this ball is sent into the 18 and now kind of cleared away. A little touch there by Barwilik.
But that kind of brings up to the next thing. We were formed as the Premier Media Group. We had the Michigan Soccer Network here in Michigan. We have gone national here in the last few months. But if you are an aspiring person that wants to get into sports media or soccer media specifically, if you are a play-by-play, colored analyst, a camera operator, salesperson, freelance writer, even a college intern, a lot of opportunities here at the Premier Media Group and the National Soccer Network to get involved. Again, look up the contact information at thenationalsoccernetwork.com. And
yeah, it's crazy because right now, I mean, we're here live in our studio in Shelby Township, Michigan. This game is in Livonia. As Brooke now on the ball. Look at this, like just outside the 18. He's poked away. Good defensive play. Is now here come the Wolves. But what I was going to say is we have commentators who are calling games from their home. And which is really cool. All right, so we could have a game in Northern California. We've got Nathan Wengler doing a game in Grand Rapids tonight, and again, that game is in I think it's in Napa Valley is where that game will be. So, game in Napa Valley. We're producing it in Shelby Township, and our commentator is currently in Grand Rapids. So that's the cool thing about the technology is that you don't have to be in our studio to pull this off. You could be just about anywhere, which is always great. Good work on that far side as this ball is played into the 18. It's loose, and this one may find the back of the net. It does! And just like that, in the 65th minute, Auden Wicklund finds the back of the net. So the great ball coming in here on that far side, it sails up. He does get a head on it, and it was kind of like not a big piece, but still found its way past McPhail.
so Auden Wicklund, the North Farmington High School sophomore, was there in the middle of the box to bang it home and put his team up 2-1 here in the 65th minute. That is the first shot on goal here in the second half for the Michigan Wolves. It turned out to be very costly for the Sockers FC. They were up 1-0 midway through the first half. Now they find themselves in a 2-1 hole here as we just crossed into the 66th minute of this 90-minute match.
Something to be said about those ones. It did not look like a very dangerous header, but somehow, just because of the positioning of where McPhail was and the awkwardness of that ball, just somehow found a way to go in the back of the net. And just like that, it's 2-1. And in this second half, it's really been all Sockers, but advantageous and opportunistic are the Wolves as here they come again.
And that's how sometimes the sport of soccer goes, where you don't have a lot of possession, you don't have very many chances, but you get that one opportunity. You don't want to squander it. The Michigan Wolves did not on that particular opportunity. Auden Wicklund was there in that mixing bowl to tuck one home, put up his side 2-1 here in the second half.
Ball played back up. Roti asked if he could be anywhere like the back of a Denny's to call games. Well, we wouldn't, you can't call a game from the back of Denny's. That might be a little more difficult. But if you're at home, yeah, you could have a call one from home. Go through a testing process, get you into our system, and yeah, you can call a game from home. Our commentators do have to be over the age of 21, though.
We have people calling games from their home, from our studios, from locations in different parts of the country, whatever is the most feasible. But we do have the options in today's arena where we can have people in our studio in Shelby Township, Michigan, northeast of Detroit, and they'd be calling a game that's in St. Louis, Missouri, or in Little Rock, Arkansas, anywhere in the country. As long as the camera feed comes in and proper information has been submitted by the teams.
This ball is loose inside the 18, now cleared away.
The Wolves were having a little bit difficult getting the ball out of the box, but finally we were able to clear the ball out of harm's way. Sockers have kind of picked up the pace since they went down 2-1 here about 4 minutes ago.
This ball is sailed up and over, shot by number 60 in Martinez.
So Sockers 3-1 shots advantage here in the second half, 1-1 in terms of shots on frame. But just a few minutes ago, we saw the Michigan Wolves take that 2-1 advantage in the 65th minute with Autumn Wicklund tucking one home from close range.
We are proud to announce that yesterday we signed an agreement with the Detroit Badgers, who play in the Midwest Premier League. They'll be showcased on our platform here for their Midwest Premier League Great Lakes East Division, starting here in May. We announced, obviously, last week Midwest United, Flint City Bucks, Flint City AFC and the UWS side, as well as Union FC Macomb, both in the USL League 2 and USLW. We'll be announcing a number of other acquisitions as far as those teams and the leagues that they play in here in the coming days and weeks. Tomorrow night, coming up here at 8 p.m. Eastern, the National Soccer Network, the high school ranking show. That show was created and founded by me back in 2022 with the goal of elevating the high school soccer game and rankings in general. Believe it still is and was the first of its kind in the country in a live format, releasing the high school rankings. Be back tomorrow night with Patty Cesarini and Dan Stickrat. Special guest as well as this shot from distance, and Rayburn makes the save. I believe that was Brooke that took that shot.
Talk about that in the Michigan High School Girls Soccer Ranking Show. Each week from here on out, we are going to be inviting student athletes and coaches to come into our studio, talk about their respective conference races. A lot of leagues across the state of Michigan have a ton of ranked teams or listed as honorable mention week in and week out in both the boys soccer and girls soccer space. Boys soccer obviously is played in the fall, girls soccer played in the spring here in Michigan. I think it's the same way in Illinois as the girls soccer season is heating up there in the Lincoln State as well. But yeah, that was the first high school ranking show for soccer that I've come across in any state at any time. I've never seen another sport having a live ranking show in the state of Michigan as well. So it is the original show, one of its kind. Very well received here in the last 3 school years. It started with just you and I, John, on Sunday on Labor Day weekend 2022. Just a small viewership. Growing that up into a quality production here in the last 3 school years. Giving a little bit of insight at some of the teams and conference races across the state of Michigan.
Ball back out to Wickland. Looks to put this one back across, and that one will go out of play. That ranking show does again kick off tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We will be joined by Larry Jakubowski from Utica Eisenhower and the Eagles, a team that's been ranked in the top 15 to start this season, a team that is anchored by some phenomenal talent. And looking to make waves this season as the MAC Red has been kind of one of those more, I would say, close races, right? We've seen Romeo in that battle. We've seen Eisenhower. We've seen Anchor Bay battling in those top 3 spots the last number of years. Eisenhower, I think, is in prime position to take that league this season.
Yeah, you look back over the last 3 decades, and Utica Eisenhower is always in the hunt in terms of the Macomb Area Conference Red Division Championship. But they have been placed in historically one of the toughest districts in all of the state of Michigan. You know, Eisenhower is always a quality team, but sometimes you don't always show for it when it comes to state tournament because you have Rochester in there, Rochester Adams, Rochester Stony Creek. Remember, Adams and Stony Creek are your last 2 state champions in Division I in the girls soccer high school scene in Michigan. Utica High has had some quality teams. Utica Ford's had some quality teams. They've been in that district as well. Lake Orient's come down into that district on a few occasions. We've seen Clarkston in that district as well over the years. So even though it kind of moves around a little bit, it's still one of the toughest districts year in, year out. You can go back, a few decades and look at all those schools historically, and they all seem to be doing well at the same time.
Oh, loose ball. Player goes down. We'll keep playing, says the referee. And here come the Wolves on the counter. Ball played into Wickland. Wickland at his feet. Now plays it up. Flag goes up for offside, and
it's the first time the Michigan Wolves have been flagged for offsides here in the second half as we're getting ready to cross into the 74th minute. We're all seeing a very closely contested game here as the Sockers SC won it 1-0 in that first half, 16-minute goal. You see the Michigan Wolves leveled up in the 32nd minute and then took the 2-1 advantage in the 65th minute of this match. Still plenty of time, about 17 minutes or so in regulation here.
We got this comment. I'm curious where it's coming from because we never got Cavelli's name wrong. Now, there was a moment in the comments that there was an Angelo Cavelli that, I made a joke about that, but we never got Benedetto's Cavelli's name wrong. I don't think we did. Did we, Dan?
Benedetto, Woodhaven High School student. Cavelli listed on our roster. I do not recall you mispronouncing his name.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've always pronounced it right. I just think that there was a moment in there where we had an Angelo in the comment section, and that was just like a bunch of extra O's as there's a tackle outside the 18. So I don't know if we ever got that one wrong, but go back and look at the tape. We do apologize if we did, in fact, get it wrong. As this ball is played into the 18, and now comes Rayburn. Laser was there for the Sockers. Getting ever so closer to the end of this game. 15 minutes to go in round one here of our games today on the National Soccer Network. We've got 4 more coming your way here this evening. Games kick off at 10 p.m. Eastern. Talk about those games right now. League for Club matchups. Got the Russ Silicon Valley. That game kicks off at 11 p.m. Yuba versus Bay Valley Suns. That game kicks off at 10 p.m. Eastern. Oakland SC. That game kicks off at 10 p.m. Eastern as well. They'll be playing San Ramon. And Iron Rose FC versus Napa Valley. Again, that game at 10 p.m. Eastern. So all of those games kicking off here in just about 3.5 hours, Dan. Tomorrow night gets really fun. And then tomorrow we've got 2 games in the morning, 9:30 and 11:15 as the Michigan Wolves kicking off at 11:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow night. FC United Chicago. Both those games, 9:30 and 11:15 tomorrow morning. We have an American Premier Soccer League matchup tomorrow as well. That game, Rio Central New Jersey versus Jersey Shore. Jai's the feed. So a throw-in coming in here for the Sockers. Again, they're in their all blue kits. They're going right to left on your screen, and that looks like a foul right there. As that was Michael Laser got fouled.
Not a ton of fouls in this entire match. Less than 10 fouls combined between these two sides. It's like you're not watching a boys soccer matchup. Usually boys soccer has a lot more physical contact, a lot more fouls and cards at various levels, but today both teams playing a very clean soccer match. So we're now getting ready to cross into the 78th minute.
Ball comes in, still inside the 18, and picked up by Rayburn. Ball being played back in here in just a moment. So a free kick coming up here for the Wolves with 13 minutes to go, 12 minutes to go, plus stoppage time.
Great opportunity coming up for the Michigan Wolves. This looks about around 30 yards out in front of the goal.
Amro will take this kick, two-man wall. It might be 33 and a quarter, Dan. I think this might be. Not quite 30. Okay. 33 and a quarter. As Amro will fire one. That's a good-looking shot. McPhail to his right pushes it aside.
McPhail has not had to make very many saves for Sockers SC, but that's his third acrobatic stop of the afternoon. The ball's kind of bending in towards that left post. He goes full extension to kind of knock it out of bounds. This is the 9th corner kick coming up for the Michigan Wolves, second here in the second half. The Wolves looking to extend their lead as we're now in the 79th minute. They're up 2-1.
Ball comes in off the corner. Top of the 18. There's Wickland. Scored the second goal here back in the 65th minute. Brook now up this near side. Met by good pressure. There was Noah Wilson, number 99, who we did not see in that first half. At least I don't remember, is now Gonzalez.
Sockers down to about 10.5 minutes here to try to net the equalizer. They were up 1-0 in that first half. In the later stages of the second half, they find themselves in a 2-1 hole against the Michigan Wolves. This is the National Academy League U16 division, Mid-America North. 2-game set here in the National Soccer Network. This is Schoolcraft College and the western side of Livonia, Michigan.
All moving around here, that back line. That's Alan Makowski. Sockers here with just 10 minutes to go find themselves in a 1-goal hole. Gonna dig themselves out back of the Denny's. Only reason I'm saying that is because of the comments.
I know, but it's
it says, now look at this opportunity. There's a shot that's blocked. I believe that was taken by Martinez.
Thousands of broadcasts, John, you and I have done together in the last 3.5 years. We always seem to migrate towards the topic of food. No matter how hard we try to avoid it, we always seem to end up in that.
Well, to be fair, though, I did not start the food comment. That was Realty Bot 23. His ball is thrown in. Not a bad throw-in at all, as this ball is now cleared up and out of danger. So back once again by the Sockers, and Makowski, his out comes Rayburn, but he'll let that one just kind of pop out of play. So Gallagher will put this one back in play. Not sure if Gallagher is associated with the Gallaghers of Shameless. That was on. What was it, HP? Was it HBO or Showtime? It was on Showtime, I think. Ever watch Shameless there, Dan?
Oh, yeah, I watched all but the last year, Shameless.
It was good. It was a good show. It was a very good show.
Different perspective on life.
Frank Gallagher was the
definitely not a role model in terms of an adult, of a father figure.
Well, if you're trying to teach your kids not to be a good parent, yes, that might be the way to do it, right?
That might be the way to watch a few years of that show. And
a little shove there at the end. It's Lazar.
You know, you look at, I don't watch a ton of television outside of sports, but I would say I have watched Shameless. I did get involved with Breaking Bad. You know, some of these are not your traditional type of television shows, but they do have their own brand, so to speak, in terms of they're very unique. I did watch the Ozarks a couple years ago. That was an interesting take on a family moving down in the Ozarks, down in Missouri, Arkansas area. But
Ozarks was a very good show. Jason Bateman did a fantastic job with that, along with Laura Linney.
I thought the acting in that movie was, or excuse me, that series was superb. I think it was only like 4 or 5 years long, but
Soccer's here with the ball up on that far side. Another great series on Apple TV, which is coming back for season 4, is Ted Lasso. Is football is life.
I did not hear about Lasso coming back. I enjoyed the first 2 years of Ted Lasso. I did not necessarily care for the 3rd season.
Well, you have just created a whole bunch of enemies, Dan.
Yes, I'm sure there's going to be comments coming through on the thread, but
ball is loose, top of the 18, deflected, now cleared out by Gallagher. Oh, off the back, actually, of Brooke. Hey, I would say to any of our people in the comments section is be like a goldfish. Just forget about what Dan said. Just
throw it out. Never was spoken. It was completely off record. Misspoke.
It's this ball played up over midfield.
I am currently suing myself for defamation of the Ted Lasso television show. So
ball is played out of that back. Looking to build here are the Sockers. Hope you're enjoying this game here so far on the National Soccer Network. Again, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share us with your friends and family. As Dan was saying, you can check out all the latest soccer news, both local and national, on the nationalsoccernetworks.com. Great news coming out here in just about 3 weeks. We will launch our official National Soccer Network app. You can watch our games, as well as read all of our news articles, and so much more. Come out here in about 3 weeks. We'll launch that, and it'll be available in both Apple and Android devices. So, which I know the question has always been, is pineapple on pizza legal? The question is Apple or Android. That is the question. I think that's equally as a controversial question. Do you put pineapple on your pizza, yes or no? Or do you enjoy the Apple or the Android?
And I have
look at this ball. Now Brooke down by the 18. That one's to be poked away by Gallagher, out of play for a corner kick.
You talk about that Apple Android issue. I've had a lot of friends over the years. They swear by one or the other as Soccer's SC comes up with their first corner kick of the second half, 5th overall of the match, but it is a debate.
It is a debate. I'm just tired of. I tell you, if you come on my phone and you have the green boxes for messages, we're not friends. We're just not. As this ball comes in from Gonzalez into the 18, it's kind of poked up in the air. Rayburn will try and track it down, and that's going to be last touched off the head of a Soccer's attacker.
Rayburn went to collect that ball. It kind of went through his hands off the top of a Soccer's forward.
Yeah, it was actually Orlik. Got the head on it.
Orlik had that goal back in the 16th minute to put Soccer's SC up 1-0.
I think we're going to get that goal to Gonzalez. I know that Orlik, but just the way that Gonzalez kind of attacked it. I think that they both at the time, but I believe Gonzalez is the one that put that one in the back of the net. We'll need clarification from somebody within either team to let us know. But I'm going to say at this point with 98% certainty that Gonzalez is the one that scored that goal.
I couldn't tell from our angle. We watched that replay 3 or 4 times. I could not tell if Gonzalez got a kind of just a little bit of his leg on the goal before it crossed that line. It was served in the box by
Orlik,
and Gonzalez kind of made that run to the doorstep. So if anyone wants to comment on what the official stats say.
When is my fave 2 callers doing the next stream? Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m., 11:15. Is this one shot from Brooke? That will go wide. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern and 11:15 Eastern, right here on the National Soccer Network. We'll be back at this bright and early.
I believe you and I will be on the call for those two games as well.
That's what he said. My two favorite callers. I mean, unless he's talking about two other callers, I don't know. We'll have to say the Kangaroos. I don't think they get up that early or not.
It's been fun calling these two games today. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty to start of game number one, but
2 minutes ago in this game, Sockers are down 2-1. A 65th minute goal from number 14, Auden Wickland. So far, all the difference in this one. Tomorrow night, we'll see the tomorrow morning, we'll see the U15s again. I believe we'll also see the U19s tomorrow. And then we'll take a breather because, well, take that back. We have Oakland softball tomorrow on ESPN Plus. That's taking place in our studio tomorrow morning at noon and 2. An APSL game. We got a Leagues for Club game tomorrow night, as well as the high school ranking show. All that tomorrow on the platform. It's a later weekend for us as we get closer and closer towards the busy season, which is just in about 3 weeks, where we'll go from having maybe 15 or 20 games a weekend to about 800 games a weekend.
We are picking up high school games here across the state of Michigan. We're looking at some other states as well, but all the amateur soccer space, all these leagues across the country are expanding at a rapid pace year in and year out. We've been able to bring in a lot of these leagues, or a lot of the teams within various divisions of these leagues into our network here. And, you know, that amateur soccer space, a little bit in late March, a little bit in April, but in May you start to see.
Look at this. The ball loose to Gonzalez. At top of the 18, lays one off, and this one will be put up right over the top of the goal as Rayburn careful to not touch that one.
Sockers FC, 7 shot attempts here in the second half, 2 on frame, just unable to get a second goal into the net, as we are now in the 90th minute. Getting ready to cross into the 91st minute, so we'll see how much extra time is added onto that clock.
I'm going to go with 2, Dan. 2 minutes, Dan. Plus, that's how much time it is between now and we get to eat our cheeseburgers.
Always thinking with your stomach, John. Always and forever.
Only way to look at it, Dan. Only way to look at it. All played now. Trask, he'll fire a shot that's deflected, but that will end up going. But no, that's going to be the end of the game. So I lied about how much stoppage time there's going to be, and the Michigan Wolves come out of here, the U16s coming away with a 2-1 victory here on this Saturday evening. Take a look here at the replays from this game here. They'll come up on your screen here in a moment. And here they are. This is all that was sent in. A good opportunity there by Brook. He knew it. And here is the game-winning goal. Doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to go in, Dan, and that is the best way to explain that one. Surprise, shock, and awe. McPhail could not get that one, but look at this as McPhail was able to push this one aside. It's not enough on this afternoon. And this evening, it's the Michigan Wolves coming away with a 2-1 victory here over Sockers FC. That'll do it for us here in this coverage of the National Academy League here on this Saturday. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. For our producer in Marcello Rule. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening. Don't forget, we've got 4 more games. 4 more games happening here this evening, so don't go anywhere. Those games kick off at 10 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. So long, everybody.